So weirdly, cryptocurrency has just had one of the biggest news drops in a while. Mastercard and Chainlink have partnered to bring cryptocurrency to roughly 3 billion people. You've also got stablecoins potentially about to explode with certain acts and laws, regulations. Yeah, everyone's shouting alt season, buy the dip. It keeps on dipping. But as I say, that dip, charts still look dead. But let's talk about it in more detail. Now I know some of you are going to go, well, global liquidity is rising. And it makes sense, obviously. It's just the way the market is. However, the problem we have right now with altcoins is FOMO and FOMOing in at the wrong times. I'm not convinced just yet, but this partnership is a good one. As I say, it is a big story. Mastercard is working with the likes of Chainlink, Swapper to allow users to buy cryptocurrency on chain. On chain is the key element here. Now, yeah, there's a lot of stretching involved here, and I am going to be brutally honest, as you know. Leave a like if you like my honesty, but it's not the be all and end all. This we've seen this sort of thing before, but it is obviously a little small step in the right direction. I think there's other, catalysts, so to speak, that could be even more useful, if that makes sense, right? We've got a situation where we've found, yes, this has happened. There is a situation where they're using bank cards, no wallet setups, there's no KYC delays, and it's a retail unlock, so to speak. But a retail unlock is only probable when there's green, beautiful candles that allow people to do it. We've had this before with previous markets where it's been a bit crazy. And we remember with the likes of Robinhood, very, very easy to get involved in crypto, but ultimately it was only because of the situation we found ourselves in. People wanted to buy Ethereum. They couldn't buy Ethereum, so they bought Ethereum Classic because it was on Robinhood. That sort of behavior hasn't happened yet, and it probably will at some point, very, 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 very short period of time. But the reason why I'm talking about this is, we could talk about like comparing it to the ETF of Bitcoin, and I think it is a bit of a stretch to say that, but it is a real world infrastructure. It's directly into the world of DeFi. There's no excuses now for crypto is hard to use with stuff like this. But as I say, that barrier is breaking down. However, I don't think people are interested enough yet. But I also alluded to the fact that the broader setup of stable currencies and the stable currency market is growing. You can see that on the screen here. And, you got Visa, you got Stripe, you got PayPal, you've now got Mastercard, you've got integration of USDC across multiple elements, plus the element of the global M2 liquidity, that's doing well. You've got laws and stuff. And historically, this type of liquidity is good, and it does give you potential rallies. However, not always. The thing is, we have a big, massive swamp of altcoins now, and we also have a lot of interest in Bitcoin. It's a little bit different. A lot of that interest and money will also go into Bitcoin. Look at BlackRock, look at the ETF situation where it is cash settlements into an ETF inflow. But we'll see where things go. However, just to give you a bit of an idea, this is the stable currency dominance currently right now in terms of USDT. It's still the biggest. We've got the overall situation that it is still continuing to get printed. That's fine. But what I will say is this, you've got situations around this, the volatility is still here. And this is due to the M2 situation. Now, a lot of people comment on my videos going, just follow the M2, it's easy. That isn't really the game we're playing here. If we think like that, you're going to get burned. And realistically, the M2 is only one part of the story. Like Bitcoin is one part of the story, such as altcoins one part of the story. Just because this is going up doesn't mean it's going to be amazing, it's going to work out. Because realistically, this goes up quite a lot versus it doesn't. And there's times and periods where I've looked at this where Bitcoin's going sideways and the M2 is still going up. It's only working because it's working at the minute. But I'm going to be a little bit of a skeptic because as much as altcoins and likes of Chainlink on the screen here, they haven't really reacted in the way you'd expect, would you? If you looked at this website now and you think, oh, that looks pretty cool, Link has pumped a little bit on the news, nothing crazy though, but it's still down a lot from the highs, and it's been down since 2020 on the BTC pair. It's been really, really suffering over the course of time. It's got the partnerships, we know that. It's been around for a while. It is, as you can see on the screen, the backbone of the blockchain with the Oracle side of it. That's totally fine. But it is smart money in a way to look at the fact of, well, Chainlink is an enabler. But we also got to look at the fact that, well, sometimes it just doesn't pump because the interest isn't here. Where are the retail? What's happening? Narratives leads, but prices confirm. We're still in the narrative phase, let's be honest here. So yeah, just be mindful of aping into this because, oh my God, that sounds amazing. It might actually go down on this news, which is also an issue. And one thing as well, we talk about it a lot, Bitcoin is currently leading the market, quite a lot, obviously. So if that has a bit of a wobble at this key level, what does it matter? It doesn't, because the price will just follow it down anyways. And as I allude to it, when we look at the analysis of what an alt season actually looks like and what Chainlink is currently doing, well, actually you can see here, well, can't really tell, can you? So that's where we are right now. That's how disinterested people are. That's just the reality of it. And as I say in the start of this video, everyone is calling for an alt season. And I said stable currencies are up. The retail access has been better than ever before. But in 2017, 2021, the alt season kind of started because Bitcoin dominance broke down after Bitcoin ran first. Bitcoin is still running. That is where we are. And I do think we're not going to get the same sort of vibe as 2017, 2021. That's fine. But right now, Bitcoin dominance is really high, very, very high. And until that shows cracks and confirmation it's going to go down, well, we've just got to wait and see. So as you can see, yeah, great. The Chainlink has had amazing news as an enabler. Well, you can't really tell. We've had an Ethereum ETF for a long, long time. It's actually been going down, 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 down since. We could talk about Bitcoin dominance running for longer than it ever has before. And until, as I say, that breaks down, we've got to wait and see. There is some catalysts that could happen where this could go down and money rotates back into the market. Potentially, yes, but it's a bit of a stretch because every other dominance chart is looking like a dog's dinner currently. So we need to be very, very mindful of that. And normally what we need to talk about as well is the fact that an alt season will happen in a very, very, very short bursty period. And even though I trade this market, just because altcoins go up a little bit doesn't mean it's going to be a full-blown alt season. If they go down a bit doesn't mean it's a bear market neither. It's just the way the market flows. But what is my overall take? Well, personally, I do think that this is a decent little long-term bullish thing. But as I say, the fact that the oracles, the institutional tools, that they are real, I feel like we just haven't got the interest from the retail element and the catalyst of that to make it flourish. But it's there if it does happen. Now, we got to talk about the near-term situation. Bitcoin dominance, as I say, still high. We've still got to look at those altcoin structure flips. You know, there is no real confirmation of stable currency flowing to layer two, never mind just Bitcoin right now. And Bitcoin is doing pretty well considering, but what I said before is, well, what if Bitcoin rejects from this point? We are still technically forming a bit of a downtrend here. We've created a new low. Are we going to reject this level? What if news comes out and it's going to just but go back down to the 100k level again? Altcoins will get battered again, and that's where we're getting bruised all the time. Until that changes, and I've talked about this many times with the fact of altcoin news, if you look at all the altcoin news, you would never believe what has been happening over the course of the last 2 years. We've got ETFs, for fuck's sake. It's crazy, right? So until we start seeing that change, we have to look at a trader's mindset that, you know, sometimes it's buy the rumor, sell the news. Sometimes it is just like follow the trend of the stable currencies. Follow what is that on-risk, off-risk situation doing. Whether you look at the M2, whether you look at stable currency dominance, whatever you want to look at is going in the right way. And as I say before, with my chart alone, so this here is a learning crypto indicator, right? You can get involved in this for free. Basically, long story short, it's just a bit of a combined information around the RSI to help you with your momentum. The indicator at the bottom is one that you can get on my links below. It's totally free. It's a stable currency dominance. That is telling us exactly what the stable currency dominance is doing right now. Right now, it's kind of a bit floaty, but when it goes down, it's bullish. When it goes up, it's bearish, right? So with that situation, it's fine. And I do talk about a lot of this on my Patreon. But right now, it's kind of, we need to wait and see what happens with Bitcoin. But when you look at the likes of altcoins, for example, right? You know, we've been in some pretty dire downtrends for quite a while now. And it's all been confirmed by the RSI. It's all been confirmed by this going up as well, because money's just been going out of altcoins. And when it does go out of altcoins, mostly people stay on the market, and they get liquidated due to being just a bit greedy. But most of the money is remaining in Bitcoin. Bitcoin has been holding up very, very well. And people don't like that because it's suffocating altcoins still. And any traders out there, if you want to jump in my trading team, let's make some money. Why not? Link below. And that's us. There is a video that will be recommended to you to watch. Please do it. But in a nutshell, yeah, this is decent, but ultimately we don't have that catalyst yet. We don't have that interest yet. The rails, so to speak, are being built, and we just need the track to kind of be formed and the customers to enable that situation where they're going to get on that train and go. But yeah, don't let headlines trick you into some bad entries, because that can happen. Certainly when you look at it, I've been foul of that a lot of times where, oh God, that's long or short, and it's not ideal. So yeah, Comment below what you think. Do you think this is the enabler to help things grow, or maybe not?